Some mistakes are the best things you can go through, the best things you can make. Let me explain. I've made so many mistakes and so many almost mistakes that I could talk endlessly. But this one in particular kind of stands out to me because it could have changed my life in one way or another. So back in the early 90s when I was in the music business and my job was to sign new talent, I was an A&R person at Uptown Records from 1988 till when I wasn't. Anyway, this story kind of falls in the early 90s where there was a production team that we used to really admire back in the days. These guys made some good records, big records, and they were named the Trackmasters. Tone and Pope. Those were the two members of the Trackmasters. And they had this artist that they were shopping around for a while. And they had this artist that they were shopping around. And I knew once, well, I didn't know until I heard the music. But this kid had a real buzz on the street. He was infamous already. Now, I know he wasn't even 20 years old yet, and he was infamous. Everyone in the record business was afraid of him. Executives and artists. Afraid of him. I mean, scared shitless of this guy. So his reputation preceded him, and he was a good artist. He was a good MC. He made great records. But then I had to know this about myself. This is where I had to come to realization and grips to who I am and how far am I willing to go in this business. And this particular situation showed me who exactly I was. So Tone and Pope played me the music. It's one song in particular that sticks out to me. The song is called How to Rob. I listened to the song right away. I know it's a smash. Right off of his, I believe D. Derek Angeletti was in the beginning, the mad rapper, and he started it off, and then the beat dropped, and that's when you knew, oh my God. And then this guy starts rapping on top of it and just deconstructing every artist in the business. I'm talking about in the most profane way, X-rated, explicit way. I said, oh, damn. I'm at a crossroads because I could work with this guy, sign him, and be successful. But I learned about myself that I wasn't willing to go that far. There's a limit to how far I would go in this business. Now I have to give credit to Puff Daddy, Dame Dash, Jay-Z. I could keep going, right? Because these guys had a win or nothing attitude. There was no 50% in, 50% out. It was all or nothing when it came to the music business. So that's why you see artists attached to these guys that could have been questionable, involved with some real bad stuff. But these guys saw past that and became really successful. Meanwhile, I knew where my limits were. So the guy who's terrorizing the whole industry, he comes from Queens. Later on, I pass on the project, by the way. Someone else picks him up. And then I hear a couple of years later, this guy is got a hit record with Dr. Dre. He's doing a whole deal with Eminem. And he's been shot multiple times. So I'm saying to myself, damn, I could have been a part of that whole ride if I would have went ahead and signed him. Doesn't make me any better or any worse than anybody who did sign him. But I found out who I was. And I know my limits. And the message here is, know yourself before you think you can do anything. Never say, I love you to someone until you can say it to yourself. When you get that confidence and when you get that understanding, Believe me, sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. But it all starts with correcting this and correcting this. I learned about myself. Thank you, 50 Cent.